Hello everyone and welcome to my brand new channel where I talk about Asian dramas. The good, the bad, and the ones that make the bad ones look good. I Am Nobody is a 27 episode modern Wuxia drama released by Youku just earlier this year. It follows a male protagonist, Zhang Chulan, who one day receives a phone call that he thinks is a scam, but unfortunately it isn't. And so he's thrust into the world of the outsiders, people with superpowers, as he tries to find out the truth behind his grandfather's death. Along the way, he meets several eccentric people, forms relationships, finds himself, and tries to find a home. My rating for this is a 6.5 with an A plus 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 for effort. Now, 6.5 may sound low, but it is actually a very good 6.5. First up, fight sequences. Fights are obviously essential to the genre, and this drama delivers in that area. They have a mix of traditional martial arts with modern hand to hand combat as well as magic, and they weave all of this together into this one seamless package that makes for a really dynamic and exciting watch. Helping them with this is the camera work, which is really good, as well as the sound effects. They really help bring out the speed and the impact of all of the moves. And of course, the actors as well do a really good job in executing all of these moves and make them look believable. In true shonen anime or manga style, this drama has a wide range of colorful characters who are all brought to life really well by the actors. And most importantly, all of the characters that exist for a reason. None of them are there just to fill up time. Even from the most minor character to obviously the bigger characters, everyone feels a very real component who is important to the story in some way or another, and that outside of Zhang Chulan's story, they have stories of their own. For example, there's this one detail that I had really liked, which is this one guy who announces battles in the arena arc. Does it in different ways each and every time according to his mood. Now, of course, he is hardly a character. You cannot even see that guy's face. You don't know his name, nothing. And yet, to add that kind of a detail makes this character feel real despite how minor he is, and after this he has places to be. This shows the competency of the director and the team as a whole. The director especially, one thing I really applaud him for is that he actually paid attention to character introductions. From the moment that the characters first appear on screen, you can immediately get a feel for what kind of people they're going to be and what kind of things you can expect from them. That is the mark of a good show, of a good production, and it shows that there was actual thought put behind everything. And of course, you can see that everywhere, like in the more unique style of the fight sequences, also the OST, which merges together folk music, rock, and rap, and it's all brought up to high intensity. I haven't heard this kind of an OST from other shows, so that was also another really fresh take on this genre. This drama is a wuxia, but it is also a comedy, and such shows run the risk of becoming too much like a spoof, and as such, you will lose your audiences then. But this drama really does a good job of balancing both the parts of its whole. The comedy is funny, but it never takes away from all of the other more serious moments of the shows, and vice versa. Then again, acting wise, good performances across the board. I want to give special credit to the actor who plays Zhang Chulan, because as the ML, he has a certain burden on his shoulders. He has to lead the show. He has to be our gateway into the show. And the actor delivers. He knows how to own the frame, and from the moment that he appears, you know you are in good hands. You do not have to force yourself to believe that he is the ML because of, well, XYZ reason. No, you can feel that he is the ML. He establishes himself right from the get-go. Then there is also a character called Feng Bao Bao, who serves as the romantic interest for our ML, and she's supposed to be a robotic girl. Now, these kind of characters can really alienate people if not executed well, but the actress gives her all and she makes sure that you can still feel all of her emotions even when she's supposed to be emotionless, which is again all good acting. Speaking of romantic interests, I have to say this isn't a romance, but the romance in this is good. First of all of the couples that are formed over the course of the show have chemistry, which, by the way, is already rare enough. But second of all, because they cannot focus too much on the romance aspect, they make use of what little they have to its full capacity to tell you everything you need to know about the characters, their dynamic, their base, and hopefully the future. And all of that done in a very short time. Everything with a purpose. My favorite was, of course, the ending of episode 6. Anyone who has watched it knows what I'm talking about. It was a very short scene, but it told you everything that you needed to know about the two characters as past, present, and future. Not going to lie, I replayed that part a few times just because of how beautifully it was done. Despite all of these good points, the reason why I give the show a 6.5 and not anything higher is because, well, this show can be divided into three arcs. There is the first arc, the setup, all fine, all good. Then there is the final arc, which is very good and absolute fire. But then there is a big chunk in the center, the arena arc, where everything just feels very haphazardly written. A lot of the things that happen in this you later realize aren't that important, and for all of the events that take place here, all of the main events that take place here, there isn't proper build up. There is of course no proper resolution, and then of course the payoff is not there. For example, our villains, before these villains can even be established as proper villains, before I can feel their wrath, their evilness, and root for our heroes to defeat them, they are done away with in the most anticlimactic way ever. Two of the main characters go through some major change in their lives in this part, but that too doesn't land well because there was again none of the build up done, so you never even realize that they needed to have this change in their life. So when it happens, you're just sitting there going, oh, okay, so that happened. And then even the fight scenes in this part suffered, because this part especially was focused on the battles between our main characters, but the fights, for how important they were pretty dry and ended very fast. I mean, if you guys have seen shonen anime, you know how much these things can be milked for. You can, take this for like an episode or two episodes and nobody is going to complain because that is the main part of this arc. What else are we even here for? But considering the type of genre that they are adapting to the screen, the fight sequences just didn't live up to expectation here. But the show still kept my interest. It is because of the characters, again, because of the direction. It still keeps it interesting. It's just that compared to what it could have been, it's a bit lacking, especially again because of the kind of material that it is trying to adapt to the screen. This isn't going to cut it. But of course, the moment that we leave the arena, the show just writes itself. Everything it becomes gripping again, and the fight sequences, oh my gosh, seeing these fights happen in the uncontrolled, unpredictable spaces of the city, from the small alleys to the highways to the park, oh, it is a delight to watch. And let me just talk a bit briefly about that finale. Everything that happened in that finale, obviously, I'm not familiar with the original material. So all of this was new to me. And that finale, it just, I almost couldn't breathe through that whole thing because everything that happened in those last two episodes, they were crazy. Of course, I cannot go too deep into it without spoiling everything, but let's just say that I was impressed. Even more so because I couldn't believe it when I clicked play on this 27th episode that it was the final episode. Not because it ended on a cliffhanger or anything like that, but because I didn't feel any lethargy throughout the watch at all. I wasn't checking the episode number go by even out of curiosity. It just felt like one day I started it and the next it just ended. Meaning it was that much of a breeze to watch. This drama also left me with a drama hangover. I miss the characters like they were actual friends, and I just want to ask them when we were going to go adventuring again. When a drama leaves you like this, you know that you had a good ride. So there you have it. Do I think that this show is worth it? Yes, yes, and yes. If you're a fan of manga and anime, if you're a fan of wuxias, if you're a fan of action, you definitely need to check this show out. It has bits of everything: friendship, romance, comedy, action, magic, and even a strong FL. It is a light-hearted, fun, easy breezy watch that you will hopefully remember. I know that there's a second season in the works. It's already started filming, I think, and I'm definitely going to be there for the second season. And I'm sure that we aren't going to be returning to the arena in the second season, which means the show will be good. Just as long as they stay out of that damn arena, we'll be good. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on this show. Hopefully all of them. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. And I'll see you next time with another show. Bye.